I was able to get rid of my bird chest and put on about 20 pounds in the span of about 6 months without getting fat, without getting chubby. I kept my 8 pack the entire time. And here's how I did it. Back in 2022, once I graduated college, I moved from Montana over to Texas. And at the time, I was coming from being a track runner, doing a couple cross country competitions here and there, and I was weighing about 150 pounds. Fast forward 6 months, I'm working at the airport. I'm a lot bigger, and every single day at 1 a.m., I work out until about 4 a.m. And over the span of this time, I was able to really blow up. I went from one just under 150 to just above 170. And these are the two pictures. And through that process, I learned a lot about fitness training and how to actually put on mass. So if you're someone who's skinny, who struggles to actually put on weight, struggles to put on muscle, here's everything you'll need to be as successful in your fitness journey as you can. So, first and foremost, to make the transition into building muscle and just putting on weight in general, the first thing I had to do was increase how much I was eating. When I was back in college, I was on average eating twice a day. A lot of days I would forget and only eat once or not eat at all. Other days I would kind of splurge out a little bit and I would jump up to like 4 or 5 meals. But when I initially made the goal to put on as much weight as possible and actually blow up, I jumped up quickly to eating practically as much as I could. Um, I'd wake up, have 6 eggs and 6 pieces of toast for breakfast every day consistently, same breakfast. Eggs cooked over hard with hot sauce on top of a piece of cooked toast with some butter. Then I would end up having some fruit for lunch a few hours later. Then for my real lunch, I'd have some meal. It was typically leftovers from the night before. I would make a snack for right after I got to work. And then again, I worked at the airport, so I would work from 4 p.m. until about 1 a.m. And so at about 7 p.m. during my shift, I would end up having dinner. And then from that point, I would go to the gym, eat two PB&Js right before going to sleep, and then wake up and start the entire process over. So, first and foremost, if you want to get rid of your bird chest and you want to blow up, eat your ass off. Eat as much as possible, but just try and keep it a little bit healthier. From there, the second thing that I did is I really slowed the tempo of all my lifts, especially when it came to bench or anything chest related. Everything bare minimum had a 3 second concentric phase, a 3 second isometric phase, and a 3 second eccentric phase. So everything I did was based on a 3-3-3 count. And through that, I actually developed my own way of counting tempos. Uh, but like I'll do 3 21s, 3 second concentric, 2 second isometric, 1 second eccentric, or like I'll do 123s. So 1 second concentric, 2 second isometric, 3 second eccentric. And what that would mean is 1 second on the way down, stop in a controlled way, hold it there for 2 seconds, and then on the way up, purposely take 3 seconds to expand through the exercise. Using tempo work in your exercises is going to be the easiest way to start building some solid muscle because it keeps you under a higher level of tension during your workout, which pushes you closer to fatigue and failure even more. Now, coupled in with that is actually number three, which is when I was trying to put on that muscle and size, all my exercises were extremely high volume. So, high volume plus high tempo time caused me to really just blow up and fill extremely quickly. Now, why is that? The more volume you get in terms of lifting, the more volume in terms of reps done per exercise, the more your muscles fill up with blood and just expand and vasodilate, meaning your veins open up so that blood flow can continue to happening. And so when you're at the point of hitting 60 reps, 5 sets of 12 on an exercise with 3 second eccentric, concentric phases, it takes a lot of time being in the gym and getting through that workout. But you've put that specific muscle through so much fatigue, so much endurance, and so much work that it has no choice but to blow up, especially when you have so much protein coming in from 5 meals per day. And then the last thing that I did to really make sure I blew up was I focused, and put a lot of intentionality on my recovery. Recovery is going to be one of the biggest, most important things on your fitness journey, and it comes second only to your diet. Your diet is that first thing, the recovery is going to be the second. Recovery, sleep in general, is literally a superfood. It's a cheat code to get where you want. And so while I was on this journey, I took massive amounts of time to sleep. There would be certain days where I'd sleep for 12 hours because I didn't have work in the morning. Or if I did have work, during my break at work, I would take a power nap to get extra rest. Because resting is when your muscles actually start to recover. It's when it starts to metabolize some of those things that your body doesn't necessarily need and then start beginning the process of actually flushing it out. And so the big thing that I really did was, since I was eating so much and I was lifting so hard, I took extra time to make sure I rested. But something that a lot of people actually don't do is that every other month or every third month. So I was consistently scheduling out 1 week breaks from the gym. So in terms of, for example, if I was in a muscle building phase, I'd give myself 8 weeks of doing very high volume, very hard workouts. And then at the end of that 8 week period, I would take a full week off, eating even more food, really focusing on sleeping, really focusing on stretching, walking, making sure my blood flow was high. And then at the end of that week, I would come back, test my numbers. And once I knew what my new maxes were, then I would move into my next phase. And so, because I was sleeping extra, but also scheduling designated body recovery rest periods, my body was able to grow and develop far more and actually build a foundation for a very healthy and strong future moving forward. And so, if you're on a journey where you want to actually be able to make a change, build some muscle, put on some, solid lean body size, hit the link in the description. There will be a link so that you can go book a consultation with me. I'll figure out exactly what it is you're looking to do, what your lifestyle is, how this will all pan out on your day to day life. And from that point, I'll build you a workout routine, a diet plan, and tell you what supplements you need to get where you want to go in the fastest way possible. I hope this has been a help. I hope this has blessed you. You stay smart, stay safe. I'll catch you in the next video, and I love you. Peace.